Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. We recite the 17th Shabad in Rag Sorat, composed by Guru Arjan, the 5th Nanak. And I begin the recitation from the top. Sorat Mahalla Panjama. हम मैले तुम उज्जल करते, हम निर्गुण तू दाता, हम मूर्ख तुम चतुर सियाणे, तू सर्ब कला का ज्ञाता. हम मैले, we are unclean. तुम उज्जल करते, you, addressing the self, are the cleanser. We are without virtue. Ham nirgun. You are the giver. Tu data. We are ignorant. Ham murak. You are clever and wise. Tum chatur siane. You are all skillful. Tu sarb kala ka gyata. So there is profound humility in addressing the self, saying that we, referring to collective consciousness as a species, I guess, are inherently burdened by limitations. And he names them lack of virtue, foolishness, ignorance, and maile. We are stained by the accumulated psychic garbage of our social conditioning. And that is what gives rise to this fundamental sense of dirtiness, which other traditions call sin. So this is reflecting the fundamental polarity between the individual ego, which is flawed and limited, and the self, which is the totality of consciousness and holds all wisdom and creativity. And just as a reminder, in Gurmat, Haume, which symbolizes the ego, has a bipolar connotation. It is individuation on the one hand, and also the cosmic process of creation on the other. So one would like to see this as a dialogue or a dynamic interplay between the limited ego self and the transcendental self, tu, hum, and it opens up the possibility of transformation. And Gurmat is the framework that gives us the space in which this transformation might occur. In the Rahau, Madho, hum aise, tu aisa. Madho, this is an epithet for Krishna, but addressing the divine self. Hum aise, we are thus, we are like this, like described in the first verse. And you are that, tu aisa, like you are described. We are sinners, hum papi. You are the destroyer of sin, tum pap khandan. Niko Thakur desa, beautiful is your realm, meaning that particular consciousness that the ego is trying to enter is beautiful. Continuing on verse 2, Tum a-sabad-a-day, you have created and fashioned everything there is. Saj nivaje, and having spun the fabric of existence, Saj nivaje, you have breathed life into dust. Jio pind de prana, breath. So you have actually graced us with body and breath. Nirgunyare, gun nahi koi, tum daan deh mehervana. Again, referring to lack of virtue, lacking any merit, and yet the compassionate one graces us. So the ego, which is devoid of true substance, seeks union with Tum, the archetype of totality. The breath, which symbolizes our psychic vitality, is a gift of the self. So the divine is the source, you see, of all form, pattern, life force. And we are like a node in that collective field, lacking inherent virtue, but sustained by the resonance of divine creativity. That is the gift. It resonates its creativity into us because we are inherently empty, without substance. In the third verse, तुम करो पला हम पलो न जानने हैं, तुम सदा सदा दयाला. You do what is good. तुम करो पला, हम पलो न जानो. We do not recognize it. तुम सदा सदा दयाला, you're always compassionate. तुम सुखदाई पुरख बिदाते, you are the giver of peace. You are the creator of the universe. तुम राखो अपने बाला, we are like your children. Please preserve us. You are the doer of all that is good, merciful, eternally compassionate. So hold me in your embrace. I am a child. This is humility. This is seeking out, longing for the self. That goes a step further. We are superficial, hum, limited, not knowing goodness, meaning hum palo na jane. We don't even know what good is. While that deep order, if you will, tum, orchestrates all that is truly good and productive. The child is not separate but a manifestation of that deeper order. And the Guru continues, Tum nidhan atal sultan ji jant sabbe jache. Jache is to give birth to. You are the treasure, the unshakable sovereign. All beings beg from you. We stretch out our hands. We plead for grace, for breath, for sustenance. Kaho Nanak, hum iha hawala rakh santan ke pashe. This is my plea, Nanak says. I bow to you and ask that I be placed in the company of the enlightened, so that I may walk your wisdom. This is the culmination of ego surrender. So even creatures longing for grace is an archetype pattern of the unconscious seeking wholeness. So the plea to be kept amongst the enlightened reflects the ego's aspiration for integration. So the treasure, the nidhan, is the deep implicate order, if you will, from which everything explicit emerges. So the plea to be with the enlightened is a plea to be in harmony with that deeper source of everything. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.